Welcome to your weekly tips and tricks videos for March. So this was last week. We netted all of these and I then went away to WOMAD for 4 days, and I think a bird got in and it got stuck in here, and there was feathers everywhere, and I came back and he's totally ruined all these lettuces and just kind of like run around in there and ruined them. So I'm going to take them off because I don't know what he's done in there, so I don't think they're going to recover. So my lettuces are all gone. I'm just going to leave them in the ground over here, and I'll just leave that space and plant something else. But one thing to remember here is I've got to stake these down better along the sides so that the birds can't get underneath, which is what he did. He got in and he kind of attacked these leeks a little bit as well, but I think they are going to be just fine. But other than that, everything else is growing really well. Now today what I wanted to do is just show you guys how to make some pesto with some of our plants. So I'll pick a few off here and we'll go inside and make pesto.
Oh, hang on.
Okay, I'm going to get some basil. I've still got loads of basil coming. It's starting to get a bit eaten now, and I think what happens at this time of year I find is it gets a little bit more stressed and doesn't grow as fast and starts to get susceptible to being eaten by a few bugs. I don't know what's getting it, but it is pretty much the end of the season for basil, so I'm going to chop off quite a lot of this. And then I'm also going to use a bit of parsley because we've got some parsley here. I like putting a bit of parsley in my pesto, and there we go, using some parsley. And I'm going to use some come around to this one here, down here, and come really low. There we go. I'm going to use some spinach. I just use spinach because I find that if I want to make a nice big pesto, sometimes I run out of having enough basil. So you can use all sorts of herbs and greens into your pesto, and those are 3 things that we've got in our garden. So there we go. Let's go make some. Okay, so once you've rinsed everything, we're going to take all the stalks off and just leave the leaves. We've got our parsley, we've got spinach, and we've got lots of basil in there from our garden, and it smells divine. So the things we're going to get ready, because the thing that makes a really lovely bright green pesto is to blanch the vegetables. So I've got some freezing cold water here with ice in it, and I've got some hot water on the stove. So once we've got all our stalks off, then we're going to blanch them. So I never measure anything, it just kind of turns out differently every time, but it doesn't really matter with this as long as you've got a bit of everything in. So blanching, you just get your water super hot, and you try not to blanch the ladybird, and you put it all in. If you've got a lot of basil, then of greens, then just put it in batch at a time, because what you want to do is keep it nice and come and have a look inside. You want to keep it nice and hot, super hot, and it needs to be in there for only under a minute. Still got a bit of stuff in there, so just make sure that it's going to get hot all the way through, and then take any bits out that aren't going to serve you. And then once it's been thoroughly heated through, then you're going to stick it straight into the freezing cold water, and that will keep our greens super nice and bright green for our pesto. There we go. All right. So now I like to keep a bit of moisture in my pesto, so I just put it straight in like that. I don't need to squeeze it out too much. And it goes into your blender. It's quite a small batch, so I'm just going to put in a handful of, I use walnuts because pine nuts are really expensive, and walnuts are really, really good for you. So I use walnuts, just a handful of walnuts. A little bit of lemon or lime. Limes are in season right now, so I'm just going to use a little bit of lime juice, just from half. Not too much lime juice because it can take over the flavour. And then you want to put maybe a clove of garlic in. Got gardening hands rather than cookery hands. Here we go. Clove of garlic and like a couple of cubes or so of parmesan and some really good extra virgin olive oil, or you can use like cold pressed, any cold pressed virgin oils are also really good. Olive oil has suddenly gotten super expensive, I realise. A bit of salt to taste, and remember though that your parmesan is quite salty, so you don't need a lot of salt. Oh, looking for the lid, and throw the lid on. And there you have it, pesto, fresh pesto. It literally takes 10 minutes to make, and it's so good. If you've got a load of basil or a load of greens, you can make it 3 times the size, and it freezes really well as well. So stick some in the freezer and have some over winter. Nice one.